What do you think Leeds fans will take out of this month?
Yeah, I think if you ask me on a game-by-game basis, I will say 9 points because I always back Leeds to win.
Welcome back to another episode of the Fans Panel. After coming out on top of both Yorkshire derbies this year, we move ahead into what will be a very difficult fixture this weekend against top of the league, Manchester City. We're joined by two great guests today, Jordan from City Xtra and Joe from All Leeds TV. Guys, thank you very much for coming on. Joe, we'll start with you. A great result last weekend against a team in a position that we probably should be winning now. Bottom of the league, we should be getting 3 points against. However, being a rivalry, it's always a little bit sweeter to get those 3 points and sometimes a little bit more difficult as well. With the form we've got from the past two games, can we take it into what will be a massive game and a tough game this weekend against Man City and hopefully take the 3 points back to Ellen Road?
I don't know if form's going to count against this Manchester City side, to be fair. One loss in about 35, I think, in all competitions. Arguably the best team in the world right now, to be fair. So it's going to be tough. Let's not forget that. But at Ellen Road, we did give them a good game. I still think that if fans are in that ground, we win that game. I think the ball gets dragged into the net. I thought Edison had a great performance on the night as well. But look, I'm under no illusions. It's going to be tough, but you know, if anyone can pull off a shock, it's Bielsa and Leeds United, and why not? We've got to go in with that mindset that we can take something from the game.
Definitely. Jordan, what a season it's been for City, as Joe just alluded to there. Every year you're always pushing the title, and this year is none the different. But for some reason this year, I feel like it seems a little bit different. What do you think the reason for that is? I feel like Pep's sort of acquired a stronger mindset, maybe a stronger team. What do you think the key to your success this season has been?
I think we had like a big change, to be honest. I think I remember when we played Hughes and we drew, and I think at that point we weren't happy with the way that City were playing and stuff. I think that carried on for quite a bit. Then when we lost against Tottenham, it was kind of like a wake-up call, and I think Pep changed his way. Then he changed from just playing all the players that usually are the best players to playing players on merit, the players who are actually in form and that, and he changed it up a bit there. I think that is the key. Pep's kind of switched his mentality and it switched our tactics a little bit, and that set us off on that big winning run that we had. And then obviously the one thing that you're going to look at mainly is our defense. Our defense has been unreal. We're barely conceding. Ruben Diaz has been a mega signing for us. And then it's weird because he's kind of like made John Stones unreal again. John Stones looks incredibly strong. He played against Dortmund last night and he looks unreal even after his mistake for England. So I think the defense is a massive part of it. But then you've also got to look at players stepping up. Obviously, we've had like David Silva leaving and stuff, but Ilkay Gundogan, he stepped up for 2 months and absolutely smashed it. And you know what I mean? He turned into like prime Yaya Toure. He was like, he was sick.
Superb, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I think it's been a weird season. It's been like, you know what I mean, we've full 180'd it from the start.
Definitely, yeah. Well, the probably something that has also helped you guys is, unfortunately for Scouse fans, has been the demise of Liverpool as well this season. They've not really played up to the season that they had last year. But a question for both of you. With City playing in the Champions League this week and next, it's probably fallen quite nicely that this fixture plays this weekend for Leeds fans. Do you think that Man City will play a sort of weaker team, even though they don't have a weaker side? Will they be playing probably more subs and more reserves this weekend against Leeds in the hope that the first team will play next week against Dortmund and to rest them from last night as well? Joe, what do you think?
I had a look at this question and I watched the game last night and I just looked at the bench and Aguero, Jesus, I know he played a small part coming off the bench, but Jesus pretty fresh. Laporte, Sterling, Fernan Torres. So I don't really know if they have a second string. But I think the key thing, I think the fact that João Cancelo played, if Mendy or Zinchenko are going to come in at left full back, I feel that that's an area we can exploit. We've seen what Poveda did to Mendy in that first game. I think the frustrating thing for me is the fact that Jack can't play, which possibly might mean that Rafinha will have to go on the left and Costa will play on the right. And I just hope Costa can be at, top level so that he can, because I think that's a real area we can focus on, especially that Cancelo played last night. But their second string is like I say, Aguero, Jesus, Fernan Torres, Sterling. So they might rest players, but even still the ones that are going to come in are just elite.
I use the weaker team very loosely because, like you say, they don't tend to have a weak team at all, do they? Jordan, what do you think?
One thing I would say is it's strange actually because we've got I wouldn't say we have like a starting 11. It's a squad. We're a squad. We aren't like, do you know what I mean? We're a squad of very good players who are all looking really good every time they play. It's not like you just have a first 11 that you batter all season and play that first 11 all the time. And that's why it's difficult for the people, because you can't look at, like, say, a weekend side. It's weird for City, isn't it? Because we have all these players. We have a really strong bench and that. But I think you might see Mendy starting. I think we might go with the way that we played against Leicester. We might play 2 set defensive mids. Oh, to be fair, we might just play Fernandinho, but still, we could go with a 5 at back situation and just try and get you on the counter. Although City aren't very good at counter attacks. But I think if Mendy does play, that is a good place for you to try and exploit, because he's not had a great season this year. He's still trying to prove himself. I'm not sure if he'll be here past summer, but then it's hard to even think who'd buy him. You know what I mean? You can't buy a player who's not fit.
He's not really hit a run of form since he's been at City, has he? He's been quite injury prone. And like Joe said there, with maybe Helder Costa or Rafinha, that hopefully they can chop and change and maybe give both fullbacks a torrid time, which would probably work in our favour. As we're coming to the end of the season, both teams each have their individual goals. Joe, for us Leeds fans, it's probably trying to push that top 10. And Jordan, for you, it's potentially getting a quadruple, even a treble. Do you think that both teams can hit their goals this season? Do you think, Joe, that we'll finish top 10? And Jordan, do you think that you'll aim for that treble or quadruple? Joe, what do you think first?
I think we can hit top 10, yeah. I think as long as we take something from the next 3, obviously we've got some really tough games coming up, but I do think we can get some positive results. And then I look at the games after that. We've got the likes of Brighton, Burnley, Southampton, West Brom, and Leeds United have taken a possible 27 out of a possible 30 points against teams in the bottom 7. And, you know, the majority of them teams are down there. So for me, we've got a big chance of winning them games. And as long as we take something from the next 3, then yeah, 100%. Europa Conference, mate. Forget about top 10. We might late charge for Europe. Late charge. I've been saying it since the start of the season, so why not?
Definitely, that would be some season, wouldn't it? Yeah. Jordan, what do you think?
Leeds wise, I think I think you got a big chance to finish top 10. You could finish above Arsenal, which is mad. You know what I mean? At the start of the season, you say, oh yeah, you're gonna finish above Arsenal this year. I'd have been buzzing. You have got difficult fixtures though. I just looking at now, you've got City, Liverpool, and then United.
Yeah, this month is tough.
9
what
points.
Do you think for
9 points?
Imagine that'd be some party at the end of April. Jordan, what do you think for City? What do you think for City? Hopefully, the treble and the quadruple for you guys.
Realistic wise, quadruple isn't realistic in any season, no matter what. It's just not a thing that is possible. It's not a thing that should be done. And I think it's genuinely because of the build up of fixtures, and even like this year makes it worse because of the congestion of it all. But, you know what I mean? I know Tottenham have it on the stadium, innit? But dare to dream, innit? Just some City fans like absolutely swerve the whole quadruple talk, and they hate people who talk about it. But sometimes you just got to look at the picture and say, you know what I mean? We are far into this. We are the only team I think that would ever be able to do it. And this season, we're looking really strong. So if we can do it, you know what I mean? Buzzing, and we'll go on in history. But at the same time, it isn't realistic. But I just keep my hopes up for that. But
what would be the trophies that you'd want to win the most? Obviously, Champions League quarterfinals. This stage that you're in now has always been probably not the best stage for you guys under Pep. But is that probably the Premier League and the Champions League, the 2 ones that you'd want? Obviously, out the 4 that you can get. Out
the 4, yeah. Obviously, Premier League's your bread and butter, innit? I always prioritize that over Champions League every season. But the other trophies I'd like, Champions League. I think that's a big one. I think if we don't win that, it's just something that's going to loom over Pep's head for the remainder of his time here, unless he wins it. But I think we've got a big chance this season. I think the Champions League is won, and we're already in the Carabao Cup final. And I'd like to win the Carabao Cup, because I think if we win it this year, we go joint the amount of times that the English League Cup's won with Liverpool, I think. So I'd like to win that this year. And we're playing Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final, and that's not a given. Tuchel's got Chelsea playing decent actually recently.
Definitely, yeah.
But it's crazy now that I'm talking about it. You know what I mean? I'm saying that we're halfway into a semi-final of the Champions League. We're in the semi-final of the FA Cup. We're in the final of the Carabao Cup, and we're already at the top of the Premier League. It's
definitely
it's a
doable.
Season.
It's doable, mate. Trust me. Joe, we mentioned, and Jordan just mentioned then about our fixtures coming up in April. 9 points, you said. Realistically, what would you take, and what do you think Leeds fans would take out of this month?
Yeah, I think if you ask me on a game-by-game basis, I will say 9 points, because I always back Leeds to win. But if I'm being realistic, I think a fantastic return would be like 4 points.
Yeah.
I think that would be an amazing return. We do stuff on the channel, and a lot of people have said they would take getting beat by City and Liverpool if it meant we could beat Manchester United.
Yeah.
But even still, 3 points over this next 3, I think it'd still be a good return. They're elite clubs with elite players, but 4 would be amazing, I think.
Definitely. And to be fair, with the run that some of the teams are on, especially Liverpool, and we got a point against City last time, and as you mentioned, we're playing United at Ellen Road this time. It's completely different to playing them at Old Trafford. Who knows what could happen. Can I get a score prediction from you both for this weekend's game and how we think the game's going to go? Joe, we'll start with you. You seem to be very optimistic about every game, so I'm hoping for an optimistic scoreline here.
Yeah. I've got to, mate. I'll always back us to win. I am going to go for a 2-1 win. I don't think we'll stop City from scoring, but I think arguably we'll create more than we did in the Fulham and Sheffield United game, just because there's going to be a lot of space for us to attack. I think Rafinha, if he does play on the right, can give either Mendy or Zinchenko torrid time. Patrick Bamford, to get on the score sheet as well. I'm gonna 2-1. Why not 2-1?
Definitely, why not? Jordan, what do you think?
I always have to back my team in it, so I'll go. I'm going 2-1 as well. That's my thing. I think it'll be 2-1. I do think he'll score. I think he'll get us, and like you say, I think he will have chances. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much we're going to switch up the team. But if we do go full switch up, then it's good for use. But I think it could be an easily. I think this could be a game where you look at it and we could draw, we could lose. It's one of these weird ones. I'm just going to back the team anyway.
Basketball, won't it? Basketball.
It will,
yeah.
Compared to the past 2 fixtures we've had, Joe, as well.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm looking forward to it, Jack.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, mate. That's what we're here for, right?
Definitely.
And the way the
plays we're attacking, aren't we? Sorry, Jordan, go on.
I was just going to say, I think Leeds this season, I think they're really exciting. I think you started the Premier League with a bang. Do you know what I mean? That Liverpool game was unreal. And then I just think they're a really exciting team. And when we first played you, I really wanted an end-to-end football match. It didn't seem to be like that. Do you know what I mean? It finished, was it 1-1?
Yeah, it was 1-1, yeah.
It wasn't as like the high-scoring, free-flowing football match I wanted it to be, but maybe this return leg, that can be it.
One thing I will say is on the fans panel, every fan that we've had come on has probably agreed with everything you just said there, Jordan, which is kudos to obviously us and the team and the way that we play. So it's definitely a positive, and hopefully we can take that into this weekend's game. But guys, thank you very much for coming on. It's a game that I'm sure will attract a lot of attention, and hopefully in an underdog victory for us, Joe, we'll take the 3 points back to Ellen Road. Boys, thank you very much for coming on. And nice one. Cheers, guys.